everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Gallywalk. Sometimes most people just call me Gally. And I'm joined by a good friend for this show that I actually play Destiny with, who's been on the previous show where you saw me and CJ doing normal casting. But CJ is no longer with us, sad to say. So please, everybody, welcome my good friend, longtime friend, Matt, to the show as the new co-host. Welcome, Matt.
Hello there. Good evening, everyone.
So,
And sorry, CJ, but you're being replaced.
I know, I kind of made it sound like he was dead. I didn't mean it to sound that way. He's no longer with us. In other words, he's no longer with the whole Gallywalk Gaming, podcast, all that stuff. So he's still very much alive. He runs his.
He's just lost to us.
But he is very much. He's still running his racing group, the Grid, which you do participate in.
I do indeed. I am part of the management there as well.
Awesome, great. I'm glad that took back off for him. Gave him something really to do, because I know he was going stir crazy, not having between his.
It's kind of my fault to get him back to it, so he will blame me, and I will take the blame for that. Okay. Gladly.
He's happy about it. He knows he is. He can bitch and moan all he wants.
It's just great to be back. Such a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Life got in the way, and just it became too much of a hassle. I've moved to a different state, but and then I started streaming on Facebook, and basically Facebook just finally last straw pissed me off, and I said, "Fuck you, Zuckerberg," and I just decided to come back over here to YouTube. I was trying to decide Twitch, YouTube, and I was like, I don't really like what's going on over at Twitch. And it's not to say that Twitch is bad or the people are bad, but there are bad people on Twitch, but it's just like Twitch doesn't have their shit together. You know what I'm trying to say?
I know exactly what you mean.
So
it's sort of left a sour taste in my mouth, especially streaming on there.
Yeah, so I mean, but I have actually decided, and I talked to my son, and I said, would you think less of me if I actually did some experimental streaming over there? And he's like, no, why? And I was like, well, because, there's things I've said about it, and I don't want to feel like a hypocrite. And his opinion is the only one that matters to me,
Yeah.
Everybody else can say whatever the hell they want about me. I can give a shit. That's just the way I roll.
Well, let's be honest. Some of the big streamers that are hip-hopping across platforms and that.
Yeah.
I think you're fine. So.
Yeah. Oh, yes. There's probably, Dr. Disrespect was forced over here, but, Tim the Tap Man came over willingly. Dr. Lupo came over willingly. There's other streamers that did come over to YouTube that just aren't big enough to be mentioned in the media, but there are other Twitch streamers that did come over to YouTube. I like YouTube because it's not as restrictive. You know what I'm trying to, I don't know, when it comes to actually setting up the stream.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, now that I'm actually doing a dual PC stream, by the way, yes, people, this is coming to you on a dual PC stream. I did build another PC this weekend, and I am running that on the stream. So look for much better quality of videos and stuff. But when it came to when I was doing the single PC, of course, I'm running a ultra wide 1440p monitor, all this other stuff, and then trying to run that over on Facebook. Trying to run that over on Facebook, where Facebook says, "Oh, you can only do this much or that much," and then they're constantly barraging you with, "Hey, join the Level Up program. Do this, do that." Well, yeah, I'd like to, but you won't let me until 100 people say they like me.
Yeah, it's I honestly don't know why YouTube does that for some reason.
Well, it's worse on YouTube, to be honest. You got to actually have 1,000 people before you could do the stuff where you can get things like super chats and monetization and all that. You got to have 1,000 people follow you here.
Jeez, why the hell are we doing it on YouTube then?
Because to me, it's not about doing this for money. Yes, I have a link up for you to send tips directly to me through Stream Elements and so forth. But that's just if you want to, I'm not here to do. I'm here to do this for the fun. I want to have people join in, camaraderie, banter. It's about the fun for me, and I live alone. I moved to another state where I have no friends or anything else. So really, to me, coming on here and getting together with people is my way of socializing with friends and stuff like that. Instead, you can't just go out to the bar, especially nowadays. All the other bullshit that's going on, depending on where you live. So this is my social space where I get together with friends, and being a truck driver where I'm only home 4 days a month.
Well, especially during what's been happening over these last, 18 months, it's become my social space as well. So,
and
it just feels normal for me now.
Yeah, and speaking of that, for any of those who may be watching in Australia, I feel for you, man. I stick with you. Screw the fucking government. Can't believe what's going on. And to be honest with you, they have themselves to blame. I mean, when everything was going crazy everywhere else, they were all like, "Hey, we just did the right things, this or that." Well, guess what? It turned out not to be the right things. Because now Australia and New Zealand are probably the worst places to be right now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah,
what comes around goes around, buddy. And it sucks. It really does suck for them, and I feel bad for them. To the kind of I don't want to use the wrong words. Some people say oppression, some people say tyranny. Those words aren't proper to me. They're not the right words to use to describe that. It's just, I think it's an overreaction from their government.
Oh yeah, completely overreaction. Completely. Absolutely, completely.
So, but anyway, I don't want to get into all that political crap nonsense. We're here to talk about games, and specifically today, everybody knows Matt's not on camera. He's camera shy, so he doesn't really like to do the whole
very camera shy.
So
I'm very camera shy.
Just look over here to my left and just picture him. He's my ghost. Because we're going to be talking about Destiny today. And we're both very avid Destiny players. Been with it since day one. Actually, I've been with it since the beta.
It's the beta, yeah.
And we're talking about the first game, not Destiny 2. We're talking about the first game on console. We were there, and we've been grinding it out for 8 years now. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're fucking sick in the head, I tell you.
It's nuts considering how far it's actually come.
And it's not always been good either.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. It's been some hard times throughout, especially within the community and the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been some great times.
With the community and the game itself.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. It's a game. Yeah. This game is just, you love it so much, and then just either the game or the community will just up and kick your ass.
Yeah, you love to hate it, but also at the same time you hate loving it.
Yes, that's true. It's very much true.
But that's Destiny in a nutshell for you. You couldn't really put it any simple.
No. And now 8 years. 8 years now, and now we're finally heading to the payoff.
We're coming up to the finale.
The supposed 10-year journey. Oh
Which now has
God.
been extended to 11.
We'll see.
Uh,
We'll see how much money they got left in it after this new DLC coming next year. But before we get there,
they've
um,
already guaranteed 2 more DLCs after this new one coming out in February.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh well. Well, before we get there, let's just talk about some things straight up. What is your
Stuff that we
overall
hate.
what is your overall impression as it stands right now of this game?
At this moment, for me, the game's sort of in a void. There's plenty of brilliant things that I don't mind repeating, same as in Destiny 1, but there seemed to be a lack of, what's the word I'm looking for? Encouragement, I think, in terms of like loot, especially within strikes and a few endgame activities.
Mm-hmm.
PvP, uh, apart from Trials since their new update, pretty much dead. PvP as a whole at the moment, we haven't had any new maps for 2 years now. Any new maps at all for the
I think it's
PvP?
longer than that.
Is it really longer?
Yeah.
I don't even know now. Not ever since COVID came in, it's everything's just been muddled up in the air.
Well,
But
no.
there's
I think
it's
the last map update for PvP was in Forsaken.
is it really?
I think so.
Holy shit, yeah, it was.
Because Dreaming City, the Scorn maps, um,
That's right, yeah.
that's all from Forsaken.
Oh fucking hell.
Actually, yeah, because there is no Beyond Light maps.
There wasn't. There was none whatsoever.
So yeah, there's
I
no.
think there was 2 strikes and the DLC content.
And then
The
the
campaign.
Gambit maps are even older than that.
That's right, yeah. They came in because Wild, was it?
Um, let's see, you got
Joker's Wild DLC.
yeah, because the only maps they use now is the drill, the trees, well not the trees, but the EDZ,
Yep.
um, the
And
Warmind
the
map,
All Mind.
and I think that's it. Just those 3 maps is all they use now,
And
isn't
that
it?
is it, yeah. Yeah.
So
Free maps, and it's now reduced to 1 round.
yeah, no longer regular and prime. It's all just
Yeah.
one.
Which, thank God, it's actually better that way
I do.
compared
Yeah,
to.
I agree. It is better. I that was the one thing is that I liked playing Prime, but I hated doing 2 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah. It took me about, Christ, what was it? A whole entire day just to get the pinnacle weapon when it first came out.
Oh, the breakneck.
I can't remember. That's it, the breakneck. Yeah, it took me the whole day to do all the matches to get that gun. I was knackered after that. I didn't want to play Gambit again after that.
I
I was so put off by it after that.
I didn't put anything into that gun, but when I finally did, I think it took me a week.
Yeah. That was, I mean, it's my own fault. I did it in that whole entire day. I was just done with Gambit after that.
You're nuts.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I mean, Gambit is now bearable. PvP is pretty non-existent except for Trials. And God, that's back.
Trials and Banner are always the active PvP.
But Banner's just as bad though as normal PvP now. Just it's stale. There's no
Well, yeah, but it does attract more players because it's based on the light level instead of just.
yeah, it does attract more players, but again, it's still the same. At least with Trials, you've got more competitive side of things. So
I don't know. I just I haven't played Trials since the original Destiny, and
you need to get back on that whenever you got some free time. Then
Well, now that they have freelance, to where now the flawless players are now not interacting with the people trying to get flawless. Um,
Yeah, thank God for that.
so
Yeah.
I might do that now. That it helped. It helped survival a lot when they did. Then when they went with the freelance and allowed single players to not be bothered by stacks.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm figuring it's probably improved trials for that. But people, because regardless of what you want, and it's one thing that has always, 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 always annoyed me about this game is the forced. How do I want to put it? Forcing you to play with other people, forcing you to have to achieve things in PvP to earn, whether it be weapons, armor, or whatever, an exotic. It's just people. There's just people out there, and granted, it's not the majority, but there's still people out there who want nothing to do with multiplayer. They don't want to play with people.
I'm one of them. I feel forced to do these type of things,
Oh,
even though I am in a clan and it is active. But I still just want to just chill on my own and just play this game that I enjoy.
yeah.
It just feels forced upon.
I'm for the most part the same exact way. I don't mind playing PvP. I like playing Gambit. I don't mind. I'm not a big fan of playing Crucible. Not a big fan of it, but if I have to, I'll go in and play Control. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't played I haven't played Survival, which is the competitive. I have not played that until since I was required to. I forget which weapon it was required to. You had to get to legend. You had to get to legend status to get a weapon. It wasn't a recluse, was it? No.
I think it was the recluse.
Was it the recluse?
The grenade launcher. You had to get kills with grenade launchers, didn't you?
Yeah, but that was just regular Crucible. This is the one that actually required you to play survival.
Yeah,
play comp.
This one was, that's right. Yeah.
I know it was, or maybe it was Luna's Howl or one of them, but whatever gun, whatever not exotic, but pinnacle weapon it was.
Isn't it Not Forgotten?
Not Forgotten was if you went to the very end.
Right.
If you
choose the recluse then.
Yeah, this is the one where you went to, you went mythic, heroic, what is it, legendary, then whatever the next two were, to then get Not Forgotten.
That's right, yeah.
But so yeah, I did that too. If anybody remembers what gun that is, then share it in the comments down below.
I know there was a sniper as well. Actually, I can't remember the name.
Reckoning. A Reckoner.
That's it. Yeah.
The Reckoner.
Yeah.
The Reckoner. That was just getting sniper kills. Sniper kills in Crucible. Which I finally did that.
I think I just did that in Iron Banner. I think and that was pretty easy.
Well, you got double points in Iron Banner and comp.
Oh yeah.
But me, I did it regular. Just, I think the only pinnacle weapons I didn't get were Not Forgotten and Mountaintop.
Forgotten and Mount. I never got Mountaintop. Never got that.
No.
And did I get Not Forgotten? No, it was the gun below that.
Luna's Howl.
Luna's Howl upgraded to Not Forgotten. It was just Luna's Howl.
Yeah, I had Luna's Howl.
Never got Not Forgotten. Yeah. It was the same. Yeah. Mountaintop and Not Forgotten was the two that I couldn't get in Crucible. I think
the reason I didn't get Mountaintop is because I couldn't figure out how to do the grenade kills.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out either. I couldn't figure out either.
Everybody's just like, oh yeah, first you kill them with this, and then boom, it had to be multi kills.
Yeah.
So you had to get a grenade launcher multi kills, and it's just like, Okay, boom, killed the guy with a grenade. Boom, killed the guy with a grenade. That didn't count. What? Why?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
It's like
I
when you're
think
in Trossland and you get the stupid bounty that says get multi kills with your super, right?
that's right. Yeah.
But the part they don't tell you is you have to get at least 3 kills on the first shot for the multi kill to count. They don't tell you that part.
Yeah. No.
So when you first launch your super, you have to kill at least 3 people right off the start, and then it can kill however many. It doesn't. It's not just boom, 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 boom. No, you have to actually get at least 3 at the initial start
The
of the
beginning.
super.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't tell you that part. And it used to drive me nuts. Going, why am I not getting this bounty?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's always been a
Credit
big
to
problem.
Bungie, they have fixed that now. They have fixed that now.
That's always
In
been a
terms of
big
bounties.
problem, though, when it comes to Bungie. Their shit explanation of how to complete something.
Oh, what?
Okay, something happened here. I don't know. Okay, something happened here. Okay, that's back up and running. Connection with Matt is not restored. Are you there, Matt?
I am here. What the hell happened there?
I think my internet dipped out. Out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. It's just OBS was like disconnected. It froze up and then it reconnected. So that's up and running again. And then, so I think what happened is my internet just went.
Oh, that pesky internet. Hey, pesky
Well,
internet.
it's Monday. They might be doing some work. I don't know. No, this
But it's
normally
always
is not a
around the
problem.
time we're doing a podcast, isn't it?
I don't know. It's just this normally isn't a problem. I have gig service. Steve Humphreys. Hey, Judd, what's up? Judda. Not sure when he sent that. When 11:12. Oh, he did that 13 minutes ago. Sorry,
Did that a while
Judder.
ago. It was good conversation.
It was a good conversation. But basically where we got cut off, though, is saying it's always been a problem with Bungie is their shit description of their of. And you were thinking of what weapon it was you were going after.
It was, it was the Hawkmoon quest.
Hawkmoon. See, I didn't think that was a problem.
I did because I couldn't find those friggin' feathers.
Oh yeah. That's simple. Google.
But I didn't want to have to do Google. I mean, I did Google in the end, but I didn't want to.
I can't be bothered. I'm sitting in the truck. Fuck that. No, because I do a lot of my playing in the truck, and when I'm parked at night, and I get a 10-hour. I have to take a 10-hour break in America here. That's how it is after your 11, 14-hour day is over. You have to take a 10-hour break to start over again. So I have very limited time for my break before I have to actually go to sleep and be ready to work the next day. And
yeah.
So it's just me. It's just like, okay, I gotta get this done. Where are they?
Yeah, but you got a good excuse. I wanted to experience firsthand. It was a pain in the ass to do. I still haven't finished it. I got the Hawkmoon, but I still haven't finished the actual quest for that. I still haven't found all the feathers.
I have the Hawk Moon. I have to go in and collect the feathers to do the Harbinger
Yeah.
to get the ship.
I'm still struggling to find those feathers myself. So
I know.
I
There's
don't want to
one.
resort to Google again. I don't
can
want to resort to it again.
I can remember one off the top of my head. It's right where you spawn to go talk to Shirhan.
Yeah. I found that one.
Because all you gotta do is
That was
spawn in and
easy.
jump up.
Yeah. Yeah, you spawn in, find that one. It's like, oh, okay, this one might be pretty easy. No, it wasn't. No. And you done it again, you bastards.
Yeah, well, that was their experiment of doing a farmable exotic.
Yeah.
Which I thought was stupid.
Yeah, it is a bit stupid.
There's a reason it's an exotic.
Yeah, but the one that is farmable was the actual mission one in the Cabal ship. Dead Man's Tale.
Oh, that's the one I'm working on.
Yeah, Dead Man's Tale. It's just, I mean, just a standard Dead Man's Tale is a pretty good scout rifle.
I just want to get it, so.
Yeah, that's why I haven't gone for it for rolls or anything like that. I just kept it standard, and it works fine.
There's only 2 exotics I'm missing.
And which ones?
Oh, I'm sure you can guess which ones they are.
Dead Man's Tale.
Yeah, I haven't got that yet. But besides that, there's actually 2. That's the only current exotic I haven't got. But as far as all the rest, I've got them, except for 2.
One of them I know that I probably will never, ever, ever get is Vex Mythoclast.
Yeah, I haven't got that.
Yeah.
I have it in the first game.
I don't think I'm. Oh, fuck off. Seriously, you would never let me forget that, will you, you son of a...
Especially I was in the raid with you when I got it.
Oh, fuck off.
This is the one where we were farming
That
Crota.
still pisses me off. That still pisses me off. Oh. That's the one. That's the only exotic I never, ever got.
Yeah, so the one I'd want is 1,000 Voices.
I ain't helping you get that, you bastard.
Never say never, Manob. Judder, Manob. How you guys doing today?
We have people in chat.
Good. We had just a slight little malfunction, and my internet dipped out and kind of froze everything. But other than that, it's all good. Having a good conversation here, talking about our. I don't know if I'd put it on our favorite game, but probably our.
It's one of my favorite games, not my favorite franchise, but definitely a favorite game.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same thing. I mean, my all-time favorite franchise is the Mass Effect franchise, but.
It's Metal Gear Solid for me.
Yeah. I never saw the hype. I never understood the hype. I mean, they were good games, don't get me wrong. But especially when the fourth one came out. Not the fourth. Was it third? No, yeah, the fourth one. It was just like there was more cutscene than game.
Well, yeah, it was basically an interactive movie. But it was all right.
To me, I was just Mass Effect. Right. Was awesome.
Well, I bought the remastered trilogy. I need to go through that. So.
Yes. So good.
We'll go through that eventually.
But anyway, back to Destiny. So yeah, 1,000 Voices. Fucking, I need that goddamn gun. And to be honest with you, once I get that gun, if I ever get back into that raid, I'll actually complete 3 badges.
Yeah, I, I don't know why people go for those badges and seals and everything. Just
Because they're fun. It
oh,
gives you purpose to play the game.
it's too much of a grind for me.
Well, that's all. See, that's what people don't understand. Or what? Hold on. What does he say? Judder wants to know if you're going to be coming back to Warzone once the anti-cheat hits.
Uh, the word is fuck no. Fuck no. No, I haven't even pre-ordered this year's Call of Duty. I'm not gonna buy it whatsoever.
Good boy.
Had enough of it. I'm sticking with Battlefield when it comes to
And new map.
military shooters.
Anti-cheat and no more Verdansk.
That's not gonna bring me back.
Yeah, Manab, they have said that it got bypassed and guys figured out way past it, but there's also speculation out there that it's a setup, and what people actually bypassed isn't the finished product. So we'll have to see.
Wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't a setup and it actually was.
Oh, probably. It's Activision. What do you want?
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, people are saying they've already got around Ricochet, and that's what it's called, right? Ricochet. Yeah, it's called Ricochet.
Ricochet, yeah.
So, but then there's all those people speculating that Activision actually purposely duped people, and what they actually bypassed isn't the actual finished product.
They say that.
Never stop cheating on PC. Guess what, buddy? You'll never stop cheating on console either. So,
Not as bad anymore.
I mean,
not as bad anymore. Not since the 360 and PS3 days.
what are you talking about? I think it's worse.
Yeah, I haven't met any cheaters on console yet.
The new consoles are literally PCs. It's so much easier to hack them and break them.
I haven't seen anything yet. So, I mean, you probably have, but I haven't seen anything.
I mean, literally, you have wall hacks and aimbots on console now.
I know you could buy like this stupid little gadget that you could plug into the console and your controller and that.
This is a whole other thing. This is actual cheating software you can put into your console.
Oh God. Well, I haven't seen anything like that yet, so.
Yeah, that's what people don't get is when we had the Xbox One, PS4, and the 360 and the 360 and the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 was a whole different thing. That was the cell architecture. It was god awful, and that's why it took to the end of the PS3 generation till their games became good, because it literally took developers 3 years to learn how to develop a game using that architecture.
Yeah.
The 360.
Because I remember jailbreaking my PS3, and I think it was PSP as well when I had one.
The
just
360,
so just...
right? The 360 was actually built on 864 architecture, which was similar to PC software. Then when the Xbox One and PS4 came out, the reason the hacking breaking kind of dipped out there is because they went with the Jaguar chips, which are mobile processors.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the Jaguar's chips were actual mobile processors, things you get in tablets and so forth. So it was a whole different type thing. Now they're literally using AMD Ryzen processors. So they're literally computers now. That's why you're getting the RDNA 2 in the graphics, all that stuff. They're literally computers now. You could remember when guys were making server farms with PS3s?
That's right. Yeah.
You can literally do that now with these. even
Jesus.
easier.
Well, I suppose it just
This
evolves, done
we
it
got
like everything else.
paperclip.
Oh yeah, but especially with the original PlayStation.
So yeah, and it's just that once console started trying to compete or replace PC, and don't get me wrong, there was a time where PC gaming was dead. People can deny it, and PC gamers will deny it all they want. But I was a very avid PC player back in the early days of uh, before even Halo came out. When I was actually playing Bungie games like Myth,
Yeah,
Marathon. I was doing the Doom, the Castlevanias, all that. I was playing all those games,
mm.
and but then there was a time where boom, there was just nothing out there, and consoles were the way to go, and consoles kind of did take over. PC gaming didn't really come back until I want to say this is no, this is all my
2000s.
personal. PC gaming really didn't come back until Windows 98.
38.
Yeah, Windows 98 brought back a little bit more into the gaming market, because then I got back into PC gaming with Battlefield 2.
Ah, classic. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a lot of, and then it died off. I mean, I've still never played Resident Evil 4 on console. I played it on my PC.
Actually tried to play Resident Evil 4 yesterday. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't play it.
Why?
Because I haven't won. Last time I played a Resident Evil game was when they were on the original PlayStation. So I was basically coming back into it blind again. And I just got so used to
Zombies?
controls of
Oh.
Resident Evil 8 and the remakes of 2 and 3.
Ah.
And jumping onto 4, it just felt horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm gonna wait for them to get remade again.
Oh, 4 is not getting remade. It just got remastered. It's got
Uh,
VR now.
no, they are remaking it. They are definitely remaking it.
Are they?
They're hoping to release it in 2022. So
Oh. Well, I hope they don't fuck it up, because it was one of the best Resident Evils out there.
that's what I've heard. That's what I heard.
It was
But I
absolutely
fully
phenomenal.
really enjoyed the Village and 2 and 3. That was the first time I
I've got to
played a
finish
Resident
it.
Evil
I've got
game
to finish
in
Biohazard
decades.
number 7.
I I tried it, couldn't get into it. Yeah, I love number 8. I really did enjoy number 8. I couldn't
See, now to me,
just didn't
number
like.
eight's even farther outside of the Resident Evil realm,
Maybe that's why I enjoyed it. Maybe.
because you're starting to get into vampire supernatural realm with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where you got Resident Evil was more like um crazy supernatural super soldier type shit.
Yeah.
um, and then I didn't care for 5. 6 I tried, and I was like, this is bullshit. Threw that out the fucking window. 4 I absolutely loved, and that's where they first broke away from the zombies.
Right, okay.
And then you also had Code Veronica, and so forth. Now I played the Resident Evil 2 remake. What an awesome game! And I will
Remakes.
the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah, I played it for the first time just over the weekend,
Mm.
and yeah, I fully enjoyed it.
I finished it as Claire. Now I'm playing through as Leon.
I started with Leon, but I did the second one with Claire, and I actually preferred doing the run with Claire than I did with Leon.
Yeah. Well, she had the better run of the game anyway. Uh, so yeah, but anyway, we're branching way off topic here. We're supposed to be talking about
We kind of
Destiny.
got off topic there, yeah. Especially about Destiny tonight.
Battlefield 2042 has released a TV ad. Yeah, their ads are all the same.
It's all the same.
They're not showing me anything different. They're just showing different views of the game. I'm still worried about that game.
I'm not. I'm actually looking forward to it.
There's so much
think
bad
it's gonna
press
be
it's
good.
getting now. It's just
Yeah, but they're talking about a beta that was what, a month or two old. I believe the
well.
DICE said.
Didn't you see the stories? There's stories that they're saying that's bullshit. They're lying about that.
Yeah, but who's saying that?
The I forget which sources, but they're saying that DICE was being untruthful about that, and that beta was newer than they're trying to let on.
Who? That's what I want to know. Because in today's world, you can hardly trust anything you read on the bloody internet.
Oh, I know that. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just that's what I'm hearing. That's what's being said.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's definite proof. I don't.
When I did play the beta, I thought, oh Christ, yeah, it does need delaying again. But then I heard it was an old build of it. I thought, oh right, okay, so I'm not so worried about it. The latest build was from August, so at least 2 months old then.
That's not old at all. Development time.
But in terms of fixes and that, they could do 3 months from August to November.
Come on, we're talking about EA.
Shit, I forgot.
Then again, we're way off topic again.
Yeah, well,
Destiny,
we keep going off.
Bungie.
Yeah. They're becoming just as bad.
See, I know. I even when people were praising Bungie, I never understood that because Bungie was always a mediocre developer. The only reason they became famous is because they all of a sudden got Microsoft assets.
Yeah, and Halo. That's the only reason why they became so big.
And they got lucky on that. That game was originally being made for Apple.
Right? Yeah. Originally for the Mac. Yeah. Oh God. Was it Mac and Linux?
Huh?
Was it Linux as well?
Linux? No, I don't think it was being made for Linux.
Was it? No, it must have been for Mac then.
Yeah, it was originally being made for Mac, and then all of a sudden, Microsoft saw what was going on, and they're like, "Oh, you know what? We want that game for our new console that's coming out, the updated Dreamcast." And
oh,
come on, we all know that is the exact truth. We know the original Xbox was just the updated version of the Dreamcast. There's no doubt about it. The controllers were the exact same.
Yeah, I suppose so. Looking back at it, I can't argue with that. To be honest, looking back at it,
the people
I did own an original Xbox. So.
The people that worked at Sega on the Dreamcast were working at Microsoft at the time. It was the Dreamcast. It's like, oh, Microsoft was just like, you know what? You kind of failed with it. We're going to take it over. And the only reason Sega failed with it was their marketing was piss poor. They had the better console, the Dreamcast, and you can hate me. You can send me hate mail. You can tell me to fuck off in the comments. I don't give a shit. The Dreamcast was better than the PlayStation 2, hands down.
Oh, that's it. I'm off. I have nothing to do with this show. I am out of it.
It was more
Sony ponies coming after me.
It was more powerful. It had better graphics engines. It was the first one to do online gaming. Fuck you, Sony. That wasn't you. The Sega was the better console, but the Dreamcast was the better console, but Sega completely fucked up their marketing on that console.
I never that was, I've, no, I never owned a Dreamcast. It was a Mega Drive that I owned when I was a kid. I never owned a Dreamcast. Played one, didn't think much of it.
Yep. So yeah, so Bungie just totally they got lucky with Halo, and that's all I'm going to say about it. They got lucky. They had some good assets. Microsoft was willing to dump money into them. So
Yeah, but that's all you need really in this industry now is just a bit of luck.
yeah,
So
plus they got the notoriety of being the game for this new console.
Yeah.
So that's where it all came from. It's not that they were good. I mean, Bungie to this day still has no idea how to optimize a game.
No, they still don't. Even with the updated versions of Destiny 2, the newer consoles, it's still not right. It's still not right. I mean, they're still having problems with Telesto. I mean, that's been a problem since day friggin' one on the new on Destiny 2.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Every time you see the thing, oh, new hotfix coming in. Oh, good. What are you breaking now?
Exactly. They fix one thing, another one breaks. Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, we're going to update this. And then you go and find out that, oh, this new update ended up bringing back this fucking broken weapon over here.
Yeah.
Figure shit out. And then, of course, that's why they started the whole sunsetting thing. And because it's getting too large and things are... Oh, you want to say that? Fine. But I'll tell you this.
That's fine. Take away content that we've paid for. Just give us our fucking money back, right? We paid for it.
That's what I'm saying. If you're sunsetting and taking shit away, you shouldn't be charging me for the new shit you're replacing it with.
Exactly. That's one thing that pisses me off. And we paid for all this content. I mean, when Destiny 2 came out, 60 quid or $60. Season pass was an extra 30. The free DLCs.
Yeah, because you got the first DLC included in the purchase.
Yeah. So you got what's that? That's 90 quid, $90 just there on its own. Within 3 years, it goes, just disappears. Then you've got to pay on top the new stuff, and it's not consumer friendly. And people are now starting to pick up on it.
Yeah. You're talking about the same company when in the original game. Remember when they came out with the Legendary Edition, to where the game you've now paid $120 into? The Legendary Edition was going to give new players everything you had plus more.
Yep.
For $40.
Yep. Yep.
And then their response to, oh, you're giving these people special emotes that we can only get if we buy that Legendary Edition. But what about us players who've already dumped money into all the freaking DLCs and the original game? We can't have it. What was their response? You want it, you pay for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, just...
Now, granted, he's no longer there, but...
And yet, here's me and you. We've already bloody paid for the next one. I
haven't.
I
haven't paid for it yet. I am paying for it, but I haven't done it yet.
I've pre-ordered it. They haven't took the money out of my account yet, but
I'm still trying to decide whether I want to buy the 30th pack separately or I just want to buy the whole thing. Because you really look at the fucking money, they actually there's no real savings.
No.
It's not like you save $10 or $20 by buying them together. You buy them separately or buy them together, you're pretty much spending the exact same money. I think the most Bungie saves you is $5.
Yeah. Which, to be honest, is...
I mean, in pounds, that's more than $5, but...
Oh, not at the rate it's going at the moment.
And I've never understood that. There's a conversion. A U.S. dollar and the British pound are not the same value. How do you justify charging the same number when it comes for the game or console when it comes to these things? How does that work?
I think the price of the DLC is about $15 difference in terms of value. Because I remember I ended up buying a game on the US market because I think it was around about £12 cheaper than I would for the actual UK store.
Yeah.
I can't remember which game it was, but.
And then on top of that, over there in your country, don't ask me why, but it's more expensive to buy digital.
Yes, it is. No idea why. No idea why, but.
It's ridiculous. But anyway.
It's a weird one.
And Bungie takes full advantage of that. That's what they do.
But everybody does it these days, don't they? So it's something we have to put up with, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, they have us hooked. So.
Yeah. They already know they're going to get our money.
If you had it to do all over again, would you invest in the game again? From the beginning?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and I know you would too. Don't fucking deny it.
All right, yeah. I can still live without Halo, but I was never a big fan of Halo.
Tried it, couldn't get into it. No, I'm not a big fan of it either.
So, yeah, to me, I was a Bungie fan back in the day. I did play Myth. I really didn't play a lot of Marathon, but that's pretty much their biggest game, their most popular game. But I did like Myth. So when it came down to Bungie's making this game Halo, and I was just like, oh well, that's kind of a break from their usual stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I was quite surprised. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved the first game. But I think from the original Halo, it just kind of, to use the term, jumped the shark. It just...
The shark?
You don't know that term?
Don't know that term, no.
In America, there's a term that's used called jumping the shark. It's just when it's kind of another way of... kind of like selling out, or I forget the exact other terms, but it just went downhill from the first game.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I understand what you mean now.
I mean, I did. It was I loved the first game, and then I was just like, okay, this is pretty good. It was long. It was great story. Went into Halo 2, started the game, and went, ooh, yeah, all right. What? It's over? What? Fucking Halo 2 was just built for multiplayer. That's all that fucking game was built for.
Weird. It's like you've experienced that somewhere else later on down the line. It's with a Bungie game. Oh.
What amazes me, though, when it comes to Bungie in this game, you released the first game.
Yeah.
Only did console.
Yeah.
Mistake, maybe.
Oh, yeah, definite mistake.
But that choice, and I will get into it when I get there, that choice has ramifications. So now we get into the first game. All right, good. Starts off good. Shit DLC. Get into the next DLC. Shit DLC again. Your game's dying, Bungie. This isn't good. Nothing's happening.
God, I remember those times. Jesus Christ.
All of a sudden, What happens? TTK.
Yep. Taken
Holy
King.
shit. Whole brand new game. Oh, they've added so much. We got so much shit to do. There's so much to grind, and there's so many options for grinding.
Yeah, they had it pitch perfect after the Taken King.
Then you get into Rise of Iron. I enjoyed Rise of Iron. Added some more
I
good
did
stuff.
as well, yeah.
Added more to the story.
Yeah.
Okay, boom. The first game's over with. We're done. We're done. We're moving on to Bungie 2. Not Bungie
Yep.
2, Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
We don't need a second Bungie. No.
Now, finally, after all the hype and all the wait, Destiny 2 drops. But they're bringing it to PC this time. So now, because they brought it to finally to PC, they've got to totally rework the story because they don't want to leave PC players hanging. Like, well, what's the purpose of this? Even though us console players got that exact same treatment, going, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
We had the speaker tell us, oh, it's a long story to get into. And he never got into.
I can tell you about the times of this and that. Fucking
tell us. You could tell us about this. You could tell us about that, but you don't. I mean, why exactly? Then of course you're sitting there, you're resurrected, and you're like, oh wow, cool. Look at my hands. Oh wow, look at this floating thing in front of me. Okay, let's follow him. Let's do what he says. I'm sorry if you've been dead for 300 years, and all of a sudden you wake up and you're in this armor, and you got a floaty orb in front of you. You'd be like, ah! The fuck?
Especially when that floaty thing is Dinglebot.
You'd be sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Holy shit! What the fuck are those things? Oh my god! They've got 4 arms!
Well, I can tell you about the time. No.
To me, I was honestly thinking, how the ghosts go around searching and they just keep searching until they find the guardian they're supposed to be with. And that's what took Glint so long. Is they find the reason it takes them so long and they have to search specifically is because they're looking for carcasses for people that have a history of not asking questions.
Yeah.
That's why it takes so long to find them. But,
oh my god.
So anyway, you get into Destiny 2, so now we gotta kind of fuck things over and forget shit from the first game. Because now we gotta include the PC players. Then we go in, game starts out, game's absolute shit. Absolute garbage. I don't care what anybody says. The game, when it first launched, was horrible. The movement was sluggish. The weapons were shitty.
Yeah.
They did some tweaks and movement and stuff like that. Got a little better, but it was still. And I actually quit playing.
I think I stopped playing after when I did my Hunter run through, and I was like, oh, I don't want to.
I never even completed a run through. I played for a week and then shut it off and uninstalled.
I wanted to finish it, but it just felt so much like a chore compared to what we left in Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm. So
within Destiny 1, we wanted to grind for all these gears and
especially with the loot
rolls and the good old days.
Well, there's a reason that the 30th anniversary is bringing us back to the loot cave.
Fucking genius idea.
I mean, what is there a better place to put the dungeon to go in for the Galahorn than the loot cave?
No, of course not. There's no other place you can put that dungeon for that celebration.
So we get in.
What do you think the dungeon's going to be?
If the dungeon's a repeat of anything we've already done, I'm going to be pissed.
I've got a funny feeling it's got to be something from Destiny 1.
If anything, it would have to be similar to the Sisters. No, is it the King's Fall, where you go down and you you get in the light and you have to stay out of the dark.
Yeah. That would be on the Dreadnought, though, wouldn't it? So it wouldn't make sense to have it on.
I said similar. I didn't say the exact same thing.
Oh, similar. Okay.
Because that would make sense, because we're going into the cave. We're supposedly going underground.
Yeah.
So it's a dungeon.
Dungeon.
But anyway, so back to the timeline. So we get the game. Some people like it. I thought it was absolute shit. Whatever. So again, what's Bungie do? They don't learn from their previous formula. Nope. Let's do exactly the same fucking thing we did with the first game. Piss people off.
No. They didn't go back to the formula. They changed the formula to the point where
you started off shit.
You started off shit, you got shit, and you're still shit at the end.
So you get,
it wasn't.
But it's still, it was
shit. You're getting better. No, now you're good.
The first, you get the initial game, and then 2 shit DLC.
Oh God, yeah.
What happens? Games start dying. People are pissed off
again. Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, so now what are we going to do? We're going to release Forsaken. We're going to give you a massive DLC, all kinds of stuff, new places to go, blah, blah, blah. And then on top of that, we're going to kill off your favorite character.
Oh, God. Too soon, Gally. Too soon. Too soon.
That's exactly what they did. And then on top of that, they knew they were going to kill him. So they had somebody else voice him. Yeah, I understand Nathan Fillion had conflict with recording it, so Nolan North actually did the voice for Cade during Forsaken. But
he did a pretty good job.
He did a very good job, because I actually didn't really notice it until you spoke up.
No, exactly, yeah.
But this, either way. But then there was one saving grace that absolutely knocked Forsaken out of the park. It was great. It had great DLC. It was great DLC. It had great content. It had great places to visit. It had good grind. Added some new characters into it that were very good.
Old ones coming back.
But then at the very end of it was the absolute kick-ass thing, is when your guardian actually fucking spoke again. Because for some reason, since this whole thing, you've been a mute. Even though in the very first game, you did all the talking, not your ghost.
Yeah. It took a death of a favorite character to you to start speaking again.
People were voicing that. It's like, why is my guardian not speaking all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Oh. So you do that. Okay, cool. Now we get into another DLC. We get Shadowkeep.
Enjoyed Shadowkeep.
Decent. It started off decent, but kind of quickly went downhill once you started getting into the weekly quests from Erisborn.
Yeah.
So each week you had to wait to get a new thing for her to cleanse her soul, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I actually still haven't done that yet.
I did it on one character.
I haven't done it on any. I was just like, oh, I'm not doing that. Stop that.
Yeah, that was too repetitive of a grind.
Yeah.
Moon was awesome to see again. It was a great location.
Fantastic going back.
Big problem they had with the moon was the moon ended up being repetitive when it came to bounties. The whole fucking the Lecticon.
Yeah.
It was oh yeah here Dan we're gonna instead of weekly bounties we're gonna give you these things to keep doing these stupid lost sectors, and we're gonna give you this little thing to open a door, and it's like what the fuck. So it's like okay, kind of lost interest. Still played because I still had the rest of the game to play and didn't have to do the moon all that much. I mean, hell, I just recently finished the moon on my Titan. What I told you a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago, yeah, you just finished it, yeah.
So now we go through all that thing, and of course we got the whole seasons thing going through now, and it's just because now Bungie's on
I
their
hate
own;
it.
they're no longer
I
with
hate it.
Activision. I hate the seasonal bullshit.
I do as well. I do as well. I don't like it.
I miss having a storyline that plays out with cutscenes. Because what
Yeah,
really annoys me about today's process in getting the seasons is if you don't play at a certain time, that cutscene disappears, so you lose part of the whole fucking story.
yeah. That's just. Well, you know whether they're going to take it in the end, don't they? I don't know if they're going to do it Destiny 3 or they're moving on
No, they're
to
not. They're
something
not doing
else.
Destiny 3.
They're not doing Destiny 3. Okay, so
We would be in Destiny 3 now.
yeah, so
That's why they decided to
whatever
do the
they're,
whole sunsetting thing so they could just keep expanding upon it to finish it off. Plus, they've got
well,
another
I'll
game in
just
development.
yeah, whatever that other game's in developer in, they're going to go to a gonna be it's gonna be a free game, but it's gonna be subscription based, like World of Warcraft. That's where I'm gonna. That's where they're gonna go for the
I tell
future.
you what, if Bungie would have just
Destiny's
learned,
over.
and I could tell you this, Warframe. Warframe could teach the people who make Warframe could teach a bunch of these developers a fucking lesson or two.
It makes Warframe.
A little 5-person studio.
Is it really?
Yeah, they're just a little tiny studio. I think now actually I think they're up to
Yeah.
10 employees now.
I have no idea. I mean, I tried to get into it, couldn't get into it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic game, especially now that they've even added open world and all that.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, for a long time, Warframe was a better game than Destiny for a long time, and they knew how to do it. They didn't do all the seasonal bullshit. They just kept
I never
continuing the
did
story.
Warframe. I never did Warframe. When Destiny got bad, I went to the Division
I did too.
for me loot. But anyway, I don't want to talk about Division.
Not yet. Not until we get some more in those games that are coming out. But excited for that. But anyway, so then now we're done. We go through 4 seasons of Shadowkeep, and then we get into Beyond Light. And they continue now. Beyond Light brings the Stranger back, which now, of course, hello, the people from PC didn't know who the Stranger was, but people from console
Yeah.
played the
But
first
let's
game.
be honest, most of the people that play it on PC already played the original on Destiny 1 on console anyway. So
Most people, yeah. I mean, there are those people. I mean, plus on top of that, the game went free to play for the base stuff.
yeah.
So, I mean, but it brings back Stranger, some good, a good location with plenty of stuff to do. I mean, so it goes into a good place and kind of quickly dies out right in the first season.
It always does. It's the seasonal. I hate the bullshit of week to week.
Mm-hmm. I hate
just
shit being locked behind a week.
it ruins it for me.
Yeah.
I'd rather get it done and be satisfied and just do this. Oh, sorry, you can't do the next bit. You've got to wait one more week.
Yep.
Oh, it's annoying. It's absolutely annoying, and it puts me off from doing it, playing the game.
Exactly.
I mean, I went on for a week when the Halloween event started. done that for a week, and that was it. I came off it. Haven't been on it since. I don't really have the urge to jump back on it at the moment. I need to change this whole season dynamic because it is ruining. It is ruining the game. And Bungie needs to realize that. I know they're not going to do it for this next 12 months. I hope maybe when Lightfall comes around, they might actually come to realize it's not working. But
I don't think they'll understand that at all.
I'm come on, Gally, let me hope for something.
Oh, you can hope all you want, but Bungie's that type of person that's going to sit there and tell you, you know what, wish in one hand, shit in the other, see which one fills up quicker.
Oh God.
Bungie is just they're do their own thing, their own way. I mean, look, when they first started talking about leaving Microsoft, and then Microsoft was then bringing 343 in to start doing their. Was it? No, it wasn't 343. Yeah, it was 343 to do their games.
It was 343, yeah.
They brought them in, and Bungie had an attitude because they wanted them to work with them to do ODST and I think it was Halo.
Bungie wanted to leave. What do you think Microsoft was going to do? They weren't just going to let Halo die out. And that's their biggest franchise they've got. Even today, it's their biggest franchise they've got.
Yep. So it's like they just always had an attitude. It's like, this is what we want to do. This is the way we're doing it, and we just don't care what you think. That's just their attitude. That's the way that I perceive them.
Yeah.
And it just annoys the crap out of me. And it sometimes I hate myself so much for loving this game.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And yeah, I'm addicted to it when it comes to.
I'm the same way with Division 2.
Yeah. Oh, I'm no longer addicted to that.
Oh yeah.
There's just nothing to do on it. So that was it.
I just love playing the game. I don't care if there's anything to do or not. I just love playing the game.
Yeah. At least, with Destiny, I might not play it for a while, but at least there's something for me to do on there, because I haven't done everything. But with the Division, it's done for me at the moment, until they bring something.
I'm still hopefully waiting for the X Defiant game, and I like the looks of that new game, that the new multiplayer game they're bringing out too to compete with Warzone.
X Defiant, ain't that
X Defiant is the arena PvP game that they're coming out with that's using factions of all the Ubisoft games.
Yeah, I heard about that one, yeah. But I don't think that's Battle Royale though, is it?
No, it's an arena PvP.
An arena PvP.
It's like a deathmatch type.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it's just like, you're using certain factions. You're using groups from like the fucking dogs there. Legion. Watch Dogs,
yeah.
Watch Dogs Legions. You got a group from there. You got like the Outcasts from Division. You got another group from the Ghost Recon.
Yeah.
So it's just using a bunch of different groups and characters from their other games to mix them all together in this one PvP. So I'm looking forward to that.
We'll see how it goes. I'll give it a go. It does sound interesting.
I wanted to play the beta, but they were like, or the alpha, whatever it is, but they were just like, oh yeah, no, you don't qualify. Fuck you. I'm one of your few loyalists left to your fucking Division series, and I'm not good enough. Fuck you, Ubisoft.
Well, I can't say anything bad about Ubisoft at the moment. I'm enjoying the Assassin's Creed, so I'll say anything too bad at the moment.
So either way, but now we're finally getting into this new payoff. Holy shit! I didn't want to go this long with the show, but oh well.
Well,
So either way, we're getting into the new. The Witch Queen is finally coming. Savathun is finally coming, and now she's turning Hive into guardians with their own ghosts.
which I think are fucking awesome.
That is an awesome decision. That is
It's
the
a
greatest
new
decision.
challenge.
Um,
Just think we've got to get our ass kicked by a Hive that's going to use blade barrages, you know? It's going to be good fun. Really looking forward to it.
So now everybody's been talking about, oh, I want another species to be a guardian. I want a fallen guardian, or I want this guard. Well, that's as close you're going to get. Now you got to fight Hive guardians.
To be honest, the Hive was due to give us an ass kick in some way, considering everything we've done to them. So it's due. It's due. It's due. It's due. In time for an ass kicking for us. And yeah, I'm looking forward to get my ass kicked in February by all the Hive Guardians. It's going to be fun.
What I want to do is I want to start trying to build up a regular group, or at least some point find some groups to play some of these raids with, because I still need to get. I need to get in there and get the 1,000 voices. I need to get Mythoclast. I need to get these weapons, and it's annoying me how OP the Mythoclast is.
Yeah, it
see
is.
people using it, and it's just like, oh, boom, boom, boom. But we've got.
But I think that's down to the seasonal artifact though at the moment. The fusion rifle buff.
Well, it's not just a fusion rifle; it's also an auto rifle.
But it's still classed under as a fusion rifle.
It still works as an auto rifle.
I know, but it's classed under a fusion rifle, so it's getting that buff. That's what I mean. So it's still getting that buff from the artifact. So
And it looks like coming next DLC, they're really pushing Void.
yes, I don't know why. Why Void?
Void 3.0. We are taking the subclasses you know and love and remixing them. That means adding new abilities and mechanics. Because basically, Stasis took over.
Yeah. Stasis was king for almost 2 years now.
It still is.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, you still find your people using solar when it comes to Titans and Warlocks, but when it comes to Hunters, Stasis.
They added a whole new was it not power ability. Of course everybody's going to use it because it's new.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Of course everybody's going to friggin' use it. It's a no-brainer.
You know, so yeah.
I am looking forward to the changes, though. Hopefully, that's coming with the Void classes because it definitely needs a bit of a shaking up the whole supers.
So yeah, so basically we're coming to your subclass 3.0s. So they're remixing that. I'm looking forward to weapon crafting, actually building a weapon.
Yes, that's the one thing that I am really looking forward to as well. Just building your own roles.
Mm-hmm.
It will save me a lot of time in terms of grinding.
We'll see. Depends on how long it takes you to grind the parts you need.
That is true. That is true. That is very true. In Bungie, that's probably going to be the hardest part. So. We'll see in February.
What else we got coming? That's pretty much it. Just
It was new story, changes in subclasses, and the your own weapons, the weapon forges, whatever it was.
I'm kind of
And then you got the original 3 seasons again after that.
yeah, but I'm kind of
Spit it out, Gally. Spit it out.
I'm thinking how I want to say this. I'm curious if they're going to throw some type of a plot twist.
What kind of plot twist are you thinking?
As far as everybody's concerned, Sabathun is the big bad.
Yeah. Always was.
I'm not a believer.
You're not a believer of the big bad?
Not a believer that Sabathun is the big bad.
Who else is there, though? I mean, we killed a brother. We killed a nephew. Killed a daughter.
We haven't killed her sister.
And we haven't killed her yet. But I think we might kill her this season, though, the way it's looking.
We still haven't technically gone after the worm gods.
No, we haven't gone after the worm gods. And I don't think we will. I think this is the last time we'll see Hive up front in the DLC again, I think. I think going forward, we're going to see Taken again, and I think Fallen again.
No, I don't think Fallen again. I think more Fallen are going to start becoming allies.
I can see a backstab happening.
The backstab I see is with the Cabal.
Yeah.
I don't see the backstab coming with the Fallen or the Elixni.
Still Fallen to me. It's still Fallen.
Okay, Lakshmi.
Bastard.
It was sad to see her go, but you know, her processor kind of went fucking. She ended up with a virus that really fucked her up.
Well, I ain't missing her.
She was one of the only original cast members left, besides Zavala.
Got Ikora.
No, Ikora is a new actress too.
Is it? Oh, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gina Torres left. It didn't come back for this season. Actually, I don't think she was here for this whole expansion. Or Beyond Light. I think she was gone before Beyond Light. Or during Beyond Light. But yeah, no.
Well, nobody's really missing Ikora, are they? I mean, she's just standing there doing nothing, so.
Well, that's all they ever did. I mean, Vanguard don't actually do anything.
I mean, literally doing nothing. She doesn't give anything.
Yeah, that too. She's kind of a pointless. Yeah. But you know, you got. I'm curious of where they're gonna go with Mara, because she's a pompous bitch.
In the future, Mrs. Galley?
No. Mara Sov? No. She's a pompous bitch. She plays with fucking people's fucking emotions. She's don't know whether the whole situation between Crow finding out who he was, whether she was actually involved with that, and I'm kind of thinking she was.
I don't know what to make of her really this season.
She's a bitch.
Yeah, of course she is. She's always has been, but in terms of where she's going to be in the story,
I'm the queen of the reef. Well, guess what? We're not at the reef, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
But then like when you got the whole the quest to get Ager's scepter, right?
yeah,
Or Ager's scepter,
yeah.
however you want to pronounce it. So you get it. Oh, okay. This is what we're gonna have to do. But don't worry, I'm gonna have my Corsairs. They're gonna collect all the things you need to do. Da da da. So okay, cool. Then, but I need you to do this, and then I need you to. What happened to the fucking Corsairs doing this shit? Seems to me like I still did all the fucking collecting.
You keep on forgetting she's the queen of the reef. She can do what she wants.
Yeah, Queen of
No.
the Reefer. Fucking high.
Oh.
But
No, Gally, we're the ones that's high that's still playing this game.
don't ask me what Shaq saw in her. I don't know.
Oh, I can think of a thing.
She's HMT.
I
High maintenance tuna.
wonder what she's using his horn for now.
Yeah, you know she's the one who broke it off.
Oh my word. Yeah, in terms of the future of the game, it is exciting.
They say
It's,
they're going more. Take this
MMO.
with a grain of salt. They say they're going back more back to the story mode aspect.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
going a bit more MMO with it as well.
So it's like that's fine, but you still need to work on certain shit. I mean, basically your PvP has been broken forever. And I don't care what you think of Battle Eye and all this other stuff. You think it's going to fix everything. And it's just PvP has been broken to basically to the point of driving people away from the game. Because you have your people who they don't give a shit about anything other than the PvP. Yeah. Then you have your people who care about nothing but the PvE.
Yep.
And then you have those rare few that like the whole thing is combined. So this is where, and it always annoyed me how their little stance on that was. It's oh no, we don't want to separate the worlds because we don't want a gun to work differently. If you bring it, it's, fuck you. That is such a shit lame excuse.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? I'm bringing something in the PvE from PvE into PvP. To be honest with you, I expect it to work differently. Because guess what? I'm fighting other Guardians who know what the fuck my weapon is.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's Crucible gear and gear from PvP stuff has always been slightly different. Has always been. But for some reason, it just didn't click with the second one.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know the reason behind it. It just best way to describe it, right? In Destiny 1, you always had two types of weaponry. One's for your PvE stuff, the one's for your PvP stuff. In your PvP weapons, you always had fast rate of fires. For your pulse rifle, the auto rifle, even hand cannons.
Mm-hmm.
With your PvP stuff, it was low rate, high damage. And and I think they've ruined it and at the very beginning of Destiny 2 because they got completely rid of random rolls.
Yeah.
Right at the start of Destiny 2. Now that they brought random rolls back,
yep.
But they haven't actually done the actual stats. They've just changed the rolls. You've got to get a mixture of both of them, which is it just doesn't work in the sense of Crucible. Because I mean, you can see Crucible weapons working fantastically in PvE.
Mm-hmm.
You bring those weapons over to PvP, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's I think it's something what Bungie did after when they've decided that there's going to be no more random rolls. They're just going to stick to one stat between all their archetypal weapons. When they went back to the random rolls, they didn't actually change the stats. They just gave them the rolls. So I think that was the reason why weapons and gear are always so stale in PvP now.
It's not a bad way of looking at it. It's just probably right.
The way weapons worked, you had standard stats, and you had your your perks. The stats were always different from the archetype of weapons that you got from Crucible to PvP stuff. That's why always the fast rate of fires were always going to be Crucible, and the slow rate, high damage ones were always going to be PvE.
Yeah.
They just fucked it. They completely fucked it when they did the start of Destiny 2.
And then you had your rare weapons that were just killing everything all the way around, like the Recluse.
Yeah. Which you have to properly earn for them.
That's another thing that pissed me off when it came to those is the amount of hard work we put into those weapons, and you've sunsetted them and made them completely pointless anywhere outside of regular Crucible.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking kick in the teeth.
I think the only pinnacle weapon that worked really well was the Recluse. It worked everywhere.
Well, that Blast Furnace, well, I know that wasn't pinnacle, but you still had to earn it through the.
You still had to earn it
through the forge.
Yeah.
So you had, but when it's just straight up pinnacle weapons, I liked, especially with the amount of fucking bullshit I had to go through for Redrick's broadsword.
Oh Jesus! Yeah.
And now it's dead.
It's dead because they added the random rolls to it. Pinnacle weapons shouldn't have the random rolls. It should just have rolls as is. But
then you had I personally, I never saw the joy in Luna's howl. I always thought spare rations was better.
Yeah, spare rations was better. Higher rate of fire.
But it's just like spare rations was just one of the greatest hand cannons to have, and well, that's shit.
That's gone now.
It's like you're giving me all this grinding to do, and it's like you sunsetted these, and I don't see the point of sunsetting these weapons whatsoever, other than the point of what you're doing is so you can fucking reissue them.
Exactly. That's the only reason why they did it. They're not going to change anything. Often the rolls. They're not going to change the actual stats of the gun. Just the rolls.
Yeah, and then what really pisses me off, everybody bitched and moaned about Recluse.
Recluse wasn't the problem.
Oh, it's so hard to get. Everybody else is fucking. You got to go through comp to get it.
Yeah.
Oh well. People did the shit they needed to do to get the weapon. You didn't want to do it. That's your fucking problem. Oh well. And that's the stance Bungie should have taken.
It's the same with Mountaintop. Mountaintop wasn't the problem.
No, I hardly ever. I didn't run into Mountaintop all that much, but.
Oh, I didn't either. Mountaintop wasn't the problem. It was just because you were just getting killed by it all the time.
Well,
that was it.
When you did run it, it was killing you. That's all there was.
Yeah. But isn't that what that pinnacle weapon is supposed to do?
There's a reason it's called pinnacle.
It's a special weapon. Yeah. It was the same. It's the same with Recluse. Oh, I keep dying by Recluse. It's annoying. Yeah, because it's a special weapon. You earned it. You got to earn it. Of course, it's going to be better than some of the rest of the Crucible weapons. Huh?
But
It's what you expect from Pinnacles.
but everybody's supposed to be even in Crucible. Fuck you.
Uh, uh, hey, it's changed now.
It just pisses me
To
off.
be honest, ever since they went to free, when they made the Destiny free to play, I thought it was a great idea at first.
Mm-hmm.
Now looking back at it, I'd rather they've made the Crucible free. Might have given Bungie more incentive to actually keep Crucible going. Same way that Call of Duty did with Warzone. They separated that from all the Call of Duties. Even today, it's still popular than ever, you know? If Bungie would have done that, instead of making the whole game of Destiny free, base game, I think Crucible would have been in a more healthier place now. What it is.
My thing is with the base game being free now. How do they do that? I mean, if you literally just like download New Light, does it still? Is there other servers that still have the planets on them?
New Light is the exact same game. You just don't have access to all the content.
Well, I know that, but when you download New Light, you still have IO, or do you still have IO and Mars and all that?
No.
See, that's just it. Then there's no purpose to that being free anymore.
Exactly.
You're taking away half the
That's what-
planets that you had that had purpose for that fucking.
That's why looking back at it now, I wish they actually made Crucible free. Not the actual
Well, Crucible still
game
is
itself.
free with New Light.
Yeah, it is, but just think if they just made Crucible free on its own, like what Call of Duty did with Warzone, separated it from the franchise, separated it from Call of Duty itself as its now own separate entity.
Mm-hmm.
Crucible would be in a better spot by now, I think. Bungie would have had to actually spend time on it.
Yeah, but you're thinking if Bungie actually did that though, they could have just easily kept ignoring it.
But it would have ruined it, though, wouldn't it?
It's already ruined.
But that's Bungie on its own itself.
I think that's.
Huh?
I
If
think
they
that's
actually
one of the
kept it
biggest
separate-
problems. I think that's one of the biggest detractors of the game. Is the reason it gets so much shit and bad press is because of how little they give a shit about the PvP that they claim to give so much care about.
Do you think it might be worth maybe just taking it out altogether?
Take Crucible out, but leave Trials and stop. Well, here's the thing. Take Crucible out and leave Trials and Iron Banner in as specials
Specials.
on
Okay.
a rotation. So that way there's no actual everyday PvP.
So what in return are we going to get? What we're going to get in replace of that?
I would
it
revamp
might be
Gambit.
Do what though? Because you can't really do much more to Gambit as it already is now.
Yeah, you can. You can fucking do better maps.
That's one thing. You know, one thing. That's all it takes. One simple thing. Yeah, it's why can't Bungie do that? One simple thing. You just hit the nail on the head. What do you think Crucible's so ruined right now? One thing.
I don't know.
Just one thing. Just one thing, Bungie.
They don't really care.
Oh, yeah, but they should. No?
This, I honestly, I don't know. I honestly think they just see this as this. They're coming in. They went over the hump. Now it's all just downhill from here, and they're just riding it out to the end. The game's coming to an end.
There's still so much potential in this game. The fans see it.
Oh yeah,
They all see it, but Bungie doesn't. That's what ticks me off the most.
well, no. It's not that Bungie doesn't see it. Bungie doesn't want to do it.
Why? That's the question, though, isn't it? Why? Why don't they see it?
They do see it. They just don't want to do it.
Why don't they want to do it?
Because they'd have to put more work into it. They don't want to. They're looking to get out of this game. I honestly believe that. Bungie's already looking forward to getting out of this game.
Why did they announce 2 more DLC drops for the next 2 years?
Because 2 more years, it's the 10-year mark. And they're done. They're trying to stick to that whole original statement of evolving over 10 years. So you got 2 more years left. And that's it. They're done. They're out. So you got the Witch Queen coming next year.
Do you think it'll be an entire death of Destiny after these next 2 years? Say 2.5 years.
I don't know if it's going to be
would it be the death of it?
I'm not saying so much it's going to be the death of it. I mean, it might play right all the way out to the end. But what I'm thinking is we're going to go to where my final version of this game is the Elixni and the humans are going to improve the Earth. They're going to start branching outside of the last city, and they're going to start reviving the Earth. And
what do you think they're going to have their Star Wars Kumbaya moment?
And then the Traveler's going to leave.
Oh.
And it's going to leave them to their...
Man, that's making me sad now. Yes. We've put in the last 8 years into this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
The ups and downs of it.
Mm-hmm.
In 2.5 years' time. That's it.
Coming to an end. All games come to an end.
I know, but I don't want it to end.
See, this is it. I'd want Destiny to go out on its own terms instead of just dying out. That'd be worse.
Sad now.
It's all right, little buddy. It's okay. One hug. It's okay, little light.
Oh my word. 2 years to go, or 2.5 years to go, and it'll be all over. Don't know what else more I can say about that now.
2023. End of 2023.
Yep.
Maybe branching into 24.
On this franchise.
Yep. Who knows? This whole new game they're building could be, and if people are saying it's a free to play MMO style type of game, maybe they're bringing Destiny into an MMO type of World of Warcraft type shit.
That's what I said earlier.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I said earlier at the start of the podcast.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's what they're doing. Nobody knows what this game is that they're working on. All we know is that
it's giving me more hope. It's giving me a little bit of hope now.
I mean, because I'll be honest with you. If you were to take this game and expand it beyond our universe and give it the more of the Warframe, Black Desert, World of Warcraft type of style gameplay to it, make it a completely open fucking MMO style game.
Maybe that's how you end this version of Destiny then.
Maybe.
Darkness completely takes over the...
they've already contradicted themselves when it came to this this current season to begin with, or the last season, the Splicer season. They've already started contradicting themselves.
Yeah.
With the whole Mithrax speech to Saint 14.
Oh, yeah,
that was like I was
makes
completely
no sense.
I was completely lost when he started telling that story. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
The traveler left you, we followed it, and all of a sudden you came back to wipe us. What? When did that happen? When did this come into play?
Must be. Well, don't forget, we did have to go back in time just to save Saint 14, so maybe he remembers a different timeline.
No, I mean, but the way they say it, the way they put it, it's like he went back to kill them there and destroy the houses. No, we destroyed the houses in the first game.
Yeah.
Because if everybody remembers, we specifically had a DLC called The House of Wolves.
That is true.
Okay, we had the House of Wolves. We had the House of shit. There was a couple other houses that were in there. So no,
House of Devils.
Yeah, House of Devils. So we had the houses in the first game. So now you're telling me all of a sudden fucking Saint 14 went to their planet and started wiping out the houses and killing all the innocent women and children? When exactly did this fucking happen? Because as far as I remember, nobody knew where the fucking Elixni came from. And on top of that, how the fuck did you get there? You had to go through the darkness. Because remember, the reef sits on the edge of the light in the dark.
That is true.
So how did he get there?
That is a good point. That is a very good point.
Sorry, Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
He could tell you about these things, but you know.
Fucking speaker's back.
Where the fuck you been for the last 4 years? Oh my god.
And I tell you what, yeah, I'm looking forward to this 30th anniversary dungeon. I
can't wait to get my galley back.
I'll be honest with you.
All I want.
I'm still kind of
all I want.
Don't understand that exact write-up Because if you look at the write up, it looks like, oh, okay, you do this dungeon to earn the Galahorn, but no, if you look at the write up of buying it says the Galahorn comes with the purchase of the. Which fucking is it? I
It's
thought
the
we were.
dungeon. You gotta go do the dungeon to.
Yes, but if you look, fucking Galahorn's listed as one of the benefits of buying the
I know,
thing.
I know.
It's just like, get your shit together, Bungie. But either way, yeah. So I'm looking forward to do all this, but I don't know if it's the right thing to do. I honestly think it's an appeasement thing because it's been asked for so fucking long.
Of course it is.
And we have weapons now that are better than the fucking Galahorn was.
That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy.
I'm sorry. Eyes of Tomorrow, Wardcliff Coil, both are better than the Galahorn were.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
I mean, ooh, okay. Galahorn, it exploded and then sent other little missiles out. That's called a cluster. We have other rocket launchers that do that.
Yeah, they may have clusters, but the Galahorn has wolf pack.
And I'm sorry, it makes no sense as to why fucking Galahorn disappeared to begin with.
It got destroyed.
Yeah, but we made tons of them. We had the plans to build it.
It got destroyed by the Cabal during the war.
Uh-huh. Sure. It got destroyed just like our vocal cords.
That happened in Destiny 1.
What?
Lost our vocal cords.
We spoke.
I think it was actually
No, because we
first
spoke
DLC
during.
we lost them.
No, we spoke during TTK.
We?
If I remember correctly.
I'm pretty sure it was just a ghost. Yeah, positive. It was just the ghost during TTK. Oh,
No.
Gally, you got your two computers in front of you.
No. We spoke because if you remember, when we used Eris Morn's ship, we spoke to Ghost in the ship.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
We didn't. We just nodded our head and laughed because Cade said something funny.
Cade wasn't even in the conversation.
It was.
You and the Ghost were talking. What?
It was on comms.
Not in the ship. It was when we got into fucking. When we were in the ship, the Ghost had made a comment about something, and we spoke to the Ghost.
That was in the original game. That was Vanilla Destiny 1.
That was TTK when we first went to the Dreadnought.
Okay, you got your two computers. Look it up. Look it up. I'm right. I am right. I know I am.
So what you're trying to say is the last time we ever spoke was to Marasov.
Yes.
I don't think so.
The original Destiny. Oh, actually, we last spoke to the Exo Stranger. The end of the campaign of Destiny 1.
I don't think we spoke to her at all. I think she did all the talking.
Right at the end, in the hangar, I'm pretty sure we spoke to her.
I'm pretty sure she did all the talking, gave us the weapon, and then she got her message and took off.
Okay, maybe it was Marasov then. We definitely didn't speak in TTK. I remember when we were heading to the Dreadnought, I remember Cade saying something about a hive, the ship smelling like hive. And then our Guardian just nodded. And then the next time we spoke was Forsaken. Guessing by that silence, I might be right here.
Oh, I'm reading. It's too early. I was talking about the beta or the alpha or whatever. All right, let me try something else.
Riveting content this is.
Yeah.
It's went into a full-blown argument about our character speaking.
Yeah. Talking about number 2 or the first game.
Last time our Guardian spoke before Forsaken.
That was the first time we spoke in Destiny 2.
Destiny 2, yeah.
Okay, that's Jesus Christ. Why is it so hard to find a fucking?
It can't be that hard to find it, surely.
I just don't know exactly how to word it. Probably.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Try Guardian. See, everybody made such a big deal of the Guardian speaking in Destiny 2. It's fucking. That's the dominant search result.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, here's one. How come our Guardians don't stop speaking? I noticed after Vanilla Destiny, our Guardians don't speak anymore in any of the cutscenes. It seems.
Yeah, so I was right.
Depends on what they mean by vanilla.
Original game without the DLC. Without any DLC. I was right. I was right. okay, Gally. You can just admit defeat. It's fine.
Hold on.
You won't be less of a man, mate.
We'll see what happens. Here, I'll even put this up on the screen. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You are. Don't worry.
It only took one blast from the dreadnought.
When you're through, it'll never fire again. Just don't forget to plant the transmat link so other Guardians can land. Not everybody's got stealth tech and a ship that smells like hive.
Yeah, he
Good
doesn't
luck,
speak
Guardian.
in this one. I'm watching it now.
Activating stealth drive. I'm picking up fluctuations in the power conduit.
Oh, relax. I modified the tech myself. Probably just Saturn's radio storms running interference.
It's malfunctioning.
Did you break my stealth drive?
You think they can see us? I think they can see us!
What happened? Everything all right?
Why wouldn't we be alright? We're just stuck here with no ship and no transmat zone.
Great. Told you my stealth drive would work.
All right, fine. You were right.
I was born the moment the traveler died. As everything.
Oh, fuck off.
I wish I did have a camera right now. I'll show you my smug face.
I remember him speaking during that, but I don't know.
It's
Oh
okay.
no!
You know,
Wait a minute. You know what? I think I'm confusing it with the first time we arrived at the reef.
I think we even spoke then.
Yeah, we did because we spoke with Mara. We spoke to the ghost in the ship when the Corsairs came up alongside us, and then when we went in and talked to Mara.
Yeah.
When the whole Black Garden mission.
Yeah. That was the last time, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you get into that age, mate, you're forgetting stuff.
So you can just fuck right off with the age bullshit.
It's understandable, mate.
You're not a 20-something-year-old fucking shitbag anymore.
No, Destiny has aged me that much.
You're getting up there, boomer.
I'd rather be a boomer.
I hate that fucking term. So stupid.
Oh,
It's like boomers were actually baby boomers are older than me. I'm actually Gen X.
oh.
You're what,
I think
30?
that's everything, isn't it?
You're 30 something
I'm
now.
31.
You're 31. So you're a millennial.
Yeah, just a millennial. 2 months a millennial. So
So you just made it without missing it.
yeah.
And you would have been stuck in Gen Z.
God.
Oh well. But so either way, all in all, I mean, does the game have
It's been one hell of
problems?
a ride.
Does the game have problems? Yes. Game has a lot of problems.
A lot.
Does it have good points? Yes, it does have good points. It actually has a good story. And I think the problem is what the story is they couldn't figure out. In the first game, everybody was pissed off because the story was broken up between the game and Grimoire cards.
Yes.
So a lot of people said, fuck you, I'm not reading. So they missed out on a whole lot of the lore. Huh?
I was one of them. I didn't want to read them.
It was great reading when you were on the shitter.
Mm.
Gave you something to do and learn about the game you love.
Yeah.
Because there was some great lore in there. So, and then they took that away. I think they took those away early. And they never found a real way to do it up again, to build up the lore. Now we get stupid things when we get weapons. Oh, here, press the A button for a lore. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. Why can't you just tell us?
I mean, it's there. I mean, for the most part, you still have to go searching for the lore within the story to understand the story completely. You still have to do that. And some people find it easier now. They'll just go watch Bife.
It's a lot easier.
So yeah, if you don't really want to read it, just go to My Name is Bife on YouTube. He's awesome when it comes to telling you all about the lore of this game. So it's just, there's good parts,
Even the stuff
there's
what
bad
happened
parts.
before the game. You know?
Yeah, he tells you the whole thing. Anything you want to know, he's got something about it, and whether about the races. Excuse me, the races of the not creatures, but between the Fallen, the Hive, the Cabal, Vex. I was kind of disappointed though when the Forsaken came out and it was like, oh, we're getting a new enemy, but it was just basically a different form of Fallen. It was like, yeah. But either way, it's like, so you can see you got so many problems with this game. There's so many good points. Do I think Bungie knows exactly what they're doing? No. I'm completely convinced Bungie is out of their depth. They're treading water, and they're just throwing whatever they can at the wall to see if it sticks. Plain and simple. Sometimes they're getting lucky. Sometimes they're not. This whole, we really are just, we're kind of screwed right now. We're in a bad place with the game. I mean, it's not as bad as it was, but it's still not in a good place. So what are we going to do? Hey, let's do this whole, our company's going to be 30 years old. Why don't we celebrate that, within this game? Even though it makes no sense, but okay, 30-year anniversary of the developer. It's kind of stupid to include it in this game.
Yes.
And it's like, but okay, so then what we're going to do is, everybody's been riding our ass about the Galahorn. They want it back, so let's just finally give it to them and give them this dungeon to get it. It's just throw it against the wall, see if it sticks. Kind of bullshit. Can they save the game? Yes.
Oh, yeah. Easily. They can easily save the game.
Do they have the knowledge or people within the company that know how to do it? No.
I'll say debatable.
Okay. Do they have people within the company that care to do it? No.
No.
I'm firmly in the camp that they're just riding it out now to the end. They see
Unfortunately, by the sounds of it, it looks that way.
So I just think they see the light at the end of the tunnel. The ride on this game that they've completely screwed up I mean, from start to finish, they
let's be honest here. In terms of what happened with Destiny in between the first game and the second game, it wasn't completely entirely Bungie's fault.
No, it wasn't completely their fault. But you got to remember the massive amount of lies that surrounded this game before it was even released. They completely lied about what the game was going to be.
Yes.
They lied about the timeline.
Yes.
We were already supposed to. I mean, the original timeline is this was broken up into 3 games. That was the original timeline.
It's supposed to be 10 years, 3 games.
Yes. In each game having 3 DLCs. Did that happen? Nope.
No.
By the time Destiny 2 came out, they were already supposed to be a year into development for to Destiny 3.
Destiny 3, yeah.
So, I mean, did Bungie bite off more than they could chew with this game? Did Microsoft make the right call when they kept telling them no because they didn't have a plan. They didn't have a good enough plan for this game. I think that's one of the main reasons there was such conflict between Microsoft and Bungie when it came to this game, and Microsoft not wanting to allow them to do it. I don't think Bungie had a clear project in mind, or a clear way to actually fulfill the project, and that's why Microsoft said no. I honestly think that, and that's what caused the whole rift.
And by the looks of it, you were right, especially when the original Destiny game first came out. It was clearly missing a huge chunk of content.
The story was rewritten. Is it true? I mean, I don't know whether it's true that they actually changed the story last minute, that the original story was different.
I believe it is true. I believe it's true.
I'd have to be in the camp that, there was a different version of this game.
Because they had most of the DLC assets in the original game.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly, for me, that's a clear decision that they went back to the drawing board and they didn't have enough time to finish it. They made it up in the end in terms of DLC, but
yeah, I think this is probably where there was such conflict when it came between Microsoft and Bungie, and I honestly think Bungie didn't have a clear path, and they fucked it up, and then it started the whole thing, and then they went to Activision, and you know why they go to everybody goes to Activision, because Activision is just like, yeah, sure, go ahead, do whatever you want. Who gives a shit whether it's good? We could probably just milk everybody for money. That's all Activision cares about.
Activision. The reason why Activision gave Bungie the go ahead to do this because they were riding on the Halo name.
That too, yeah. But then that's when I was telling people, it's like, oh yeah, well it's Bungie, it's got to be a great game. It's Bungie. What does that mean? They made Halo, so they're awesome developers. Yeah, play some of their games before they became a Microsoft employees and fucking made Halo. Look at some of the shit they did beforehand. They're not they're middle of the road developers through and through. They're not they're not fucking Rockstar. They're not Sucker Punch. They're not Naughty Dog. Never have been.
Bungie has always had luck in terms of right place, right time. In terms of video game industry.
I will tell they are good at one thing though. There is no other game out there that is good at gameplay as Halo or Destiny. They
No,
are
completely agree.
they are masters at that.
Yeah.
They
Completely
perfectly
agree with
know
that.
how to do gunplay. As far as shooters go, that yes, they are good. But as far as the rest of it goes, I'll be
Completely
honest
agree
with
on
you. When I first started playing this game, I was really annoyed at how much Halo was in the game.
Oh, were they still using some of the assets?
Hello, the Fallen moved exactly like the Covenant. They use the same type of guns.
I know. I mean, I've played a little bit of Halo, but I never got into it, so I couldn't.
No, I mean, yeah, the guns from the Fallen or the Needler from the Covenant. They move exact like the not the little short guys, but the other guys. They have the exact same movements.
Yeah.
So yeah, the small Elixni, the ones that had their arms cut, their second arms cut off. So the smaller guys, they were just like the little fucking gimps of the fucking Covenant, and then you had the
I wish I could help you. I'm not good in Halo lore.
I'm talking about Destiny now. You got the next level up. Fallen is the Vandals. Then you had the Vandals. They moved just like the Covenant guys there that you
Halo. Yeah.
in Halo. And then they actually ended up bringing some of the grunts and all that in later in on other species, but it was the enemy moved the same way. That's just I was kind of upset when I first started playing the game. It's like, why is the enemy doing exactly what the Covenant did? It's just, come on. Kind of ticked me off, but I got used to it because then we got past them. We got to the Hive. That wizard came from the moon.
Oh, even then, the Cabal.
The Cabal.
Then the rest is history.
The Vex. So, pretty much the Hive became... The Hive were pretty much the Flood from Halo.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I'll be honest. It's Bungie. Bungie is not a. I would not put Bungie as a top tier developer. No, they're middle of the road.
Of course not. No. In terms of maybe looter shooters, and in terms of gunplay, probably some of the best around. I'd say.
Maybe now and in the beginning. Don't you remember those memes? The fucking loot.
Yeah. Yeah.
All I want is a fucking blue engram. Give me a purple. You had the meme. You're sitting there with your guardian, go, "Oh look, I found a purple engram," and then below it they've got the fucking Borderlands character going, "Oh yeah, I got about 500 mixed with the orange and the yellow." Remember that meme?
Yeah. Oh, there's like a YouTube clip as well. Warlock at the Cryptarch. So I grinded for 4 hours to get this, and you give me a blue armband, which is 2 light levels below me than the one I've got.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It's just because you got a purple engram didn't mean you were guaranteed a purple weapon or armor. It was God. People literally wanted to lynch Bungie over that Cryptarch. Fucking Rahul was probably the most hated video game character in the world.
Oh, you know what would be amazing? In the dungeon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Master Owl was the big bad in this new dungeon coming up.
Well, that's what
Just for the meme.
Why was that abandoned?
Just for the meme.
Do you remember when we first went when we go into and we find those bones in the moth yards?
Yeah.
And he says something about Rahul.
They said 1,000 deaths wasn't good enough for Master Raoul or something like that.
It's like, why was that never expanded upon?
Yeah. Maybe they will do something like that in the dungeon coming up in December.
That would be nice.
Master Raoul is the big bad.
Yeah, but we can't because we already know that Master Rahul is going to take over for Spider, which is the stupidest fucking decision ever.
No, but they could do it for a meme.
They could, but that was one of the things I've always thought was why Bungie was stupid. It's just like you put these little things in there to stumble across and then you don't expand on them. It's like, okay, you leave this thing insinuating there's something about Rahul that we don't know.
Yeah.
But then you never go anywhere with it. You know, when we did the loot, had the loot cave, and you'd actually go into the loot cave and there was that chanting.
Yeah.
There was never anything done with that. And I wonder if we're going to get it now because now the chanting is going to lead us to wherever this dungeon is. Hopefully they don't ignore what was there the first time around. Oh, God, I put in way too much faith in Bungie, I'm telling you.
We've talked shit about them for like the last half an hour, right? And we're still giving them hope.
Hey, that just goes to say that, you know, at least they've got something. I talk shit about fucking Activision and Call of Duty all the time, and I still don't pay for their shit.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not entirely true. I don't pay for their games. I do buy some of the cosmetics, only because, okay, if I'm going to play the game that I got for free, I do like the look of that or something like that. I will buy it. And I don't have, and that's fine. You know, cosmetics, you want to pay for cosmetics, go ahead. But I won't give Call of Duty money. I think it's I think it's ridiculous that it's still fucking $40 for Black Ops 2.
Yeah. Oh, Black Ops 1's still 40 quid. Yeah.
Your games aren't that good, Activision. You want to charge people $40 for fucking lobbies that are empty.
Oh.
So yeah, there's a lot.
What else I can talk about? You know what else to talk about? Destiny now. I think we've covered all bases.
I don't know. I still think Savathun's got a sexy ass voice.
We're not even past the watershed yet, Gally. We can't talk about that yet.
Talk about why can't we talk about it? We talk to her. We have conversations with her. It's in the game.
Yeah, you're talking about her voice.
Well, yeah. Imagine her at the end of one of those 1-900 numbers.
Oh, God's sake. That's it, folks. Thank you very much for joining.
That voice is sexy. Oh, I mean, let's see. I want to see who voices. Who voices Savathun? That's what I want to know.
Oh.
Deborah Wilson.
Heard of that name before. Have I heard that name before?
Not only has Deborah voiced a plethora of characters, she's also done her fair share of motion capture work, and now she's taken on the role of Savathun. She's a sexy tattooed black woman.
Heard of her before. Where have I?
Scary Movie 4 is Oprah Winfrey.
No, not recognized her for that.
She's Nambi Gima in Rise of the Skywalker.
No.
She's from Family Guy, American Dad, Z Nation, and The Regular Show.
Maybe that's why Family Guy. Maybe that's why I've heard that name before.
She voices Amanda Waller in Justice League.
That's it. That's where I've heard her before. That's where I've heard her before. Amanda Waller. I knew I heard that name before. Yeah, because she voiced. She's voicing Amanda Waller in the new one as well, the new Suicide Squad game.
Probably. She definitely uses a different vocal tone though for Amanda
Oh
Waller.
yeah, definitely.
Just the voice of Sabathun is just sexy as hell.
Oh, that's your opinion.
It's the right one though. Says right here, the Witch Queen has been spinning a silky web of lies, we assume, and while the voice sounds as sweet as honey, players know there's a silver tongue behind those hive teeth. Sweet as honey.
Oh. You'll probably be on Destiny 2 when this comes out, but I don't think you'll be playing.
Playing what?
When this new DLC comes out, you'll be on Destiny 2, but you won't be playing it.
What are you trying to insinuate? You saying I'm going to be fapping away?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm not. I never said that. Never said that.
You're insinuating it.
There's one thing to insinuate. There's one thing saying it.
No fapping for me.
4 months later.
I gave that up when I outgrew Wilma Flintstone. And Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
Oh my word.
I'm kidding, people. I'm kidding.
He's not. He's not kidding. Oh.
I don't even do hentai. Sorry.
Oh. Oh.
Either way, I need to refresh my coffee. We need to end this here and now. We've already 2.5 hours. I meant to only been here for like 30 minutes, but 2 hours later.
We do chat about shit when we get going.
Oh yeah, it's easy to get off track.
Very easy.
But normally, normally what I want to do is keep this semi not so long. Just this is the first show, so yeah, we got a little out of hand. We'll try. Now there's not going to be a show next month because I unfortunately won't be home again until Christmas time. Because next month I'm actually going back to Massachusetts to spend Thanksgiving with the family. So that's going to be my home time. So I'm not going to have any streaming or podcast or nothing next month. Unfortunately. But
have a Christmas episode.
Yep. So somewhere Christmas, New Year's is when I'll be home again. And basically we can have another long show next year. We have a year in review of what we liked, games we played, so we can look forward to that. So, what do you think? What do you want to do that next year? Next
year
show?
In review?
A year in review.
Oh, the sounder. A year in review. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so the next show we'll do a year in review, looking back on the games that came out this year, what stunk, what hit, what missed.
There's a lot of stinkers out there.
Oh yeah, and the funny thing is that Destiny probably falls in all categories. It hissed, it hit, it missed, and it stunk.
Oh.
But hey, we could say that we love the game.
You do.
So, in other words, so thank you, Matt, for joining me on the show.
It's been great. Been good fun.
Look forward to it again. No folks.
December.
No folks. Matt will still be that disembodied voice.
Yes. I will still be here, haunting your dreams.
So he'll always be represented by that, or over there by that little ghost.
Single but himself.
That's what we'll call a Matty bot. So, so other than that, I don't think there's anything any more to really cover. I think you get the pretty much gist of what we think of this game and what we think of what's to come.
I mean, we could talk about it for hours and hours and hours, you know.
There's so much we could talk about. We just can't.
Yeah.
Because once you start talking about
considering this was only supposed to be what?
I was hoping only for like a 30 minutes, maybe an hour tops.
We went on for 2.5.
We went on little tangents here and there, but
yeah.
But oh well. Makes for compelling viewing. Plus, we like to get, not even need to watch. We want to give you something to listen to more than just watch. So,
yeah.
Either way, again, thanks for joining me, Matt. Look forward to the next one at the end of December. Man. Do our year in review.
I will get some reviews done.
Do some studying. So, for Matt, I'm Gallywalk, or what people call me, Gally, or Todd, doesn't matter. You can catch me here on YouTube, Gallywalk Gaming, streaming Destiny. And, I forgot to tell you. So, there is a downfall to this dual PC streaming.
Oh.
I went to go play Warzone last night to experience the haunting stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got the HD 60 Pro card in the stream machine.
Yeah.
What happens is with other games, I could still play my 3440 by 1440 on my monitor, but then the game will actually stream over there because the card is recognized as a monitor. Everything is now going to 1920 by 1080 over there. Well, for some reason, all right. So you should be getting 1920 by 1080 when it comes to the game, from what I'm seeing. I mean, you're getting it here with the. I
think I'm getting 720
with the podcast.
60.
Yeah. I'm doing 1080 at 60. But when I went to play Warzone, it totally fucks up my monitor here. It puts my monitor on 1920 by 1080 to try to do it is what it's doing in as far as the broadcast too. It's like no, it's not supposed. So for some reason, there's something in the hooking software that fucks with the monitor here. So it tries to recognize it from the capture card and screws it up on my monitor. So I can't even play it in full screen. I have to go to a windowed screen and then try and do that. And then I can't even select 3440 by 1440 in that either. I have to guesstimate a roundabout just to get somewhere close to that type of picture.
Ah, right, okay.
I'm like, oh, geez, this is another thing you just fucked up, Activision. It's just, why the fuck? It's like that's recognized as a whole separate monitor. That should, whatever. Either way, I'll figure it out. I'll get everything going fine. So I'm looking forward to being able to stream at a higher quality. So that way it doesn't look so pixelated and everything else. So, and not having
first stream, so first podcast. So
first podcast. I haven't actually streamed yet. I will be on a little bit later. Once we're done with this, I'm gonna go get something to eat, have coffee, and then I will actually be test streaming in a couple hours. You gonna be up or are you going to bed?
I'm gonna play a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy. Came out today, so playing that.
I'm gonna probably jump on Destiny. So
I knew you would.
I still got some of the seasonal stuff to do.
I've still got some to do. I will get there eventually.
And I got to finish at some point before I go back on the road. We got to get together because I got to finish that Dead Man's Tale.
Yes, we'll get you there.
I need help at that final boss.
We'll get that done.
All right. So, for Matt, I'm Gally. See y'all later. See you next time.
The pip.